It's just Stats, Reggie Johnson, Eugene Morton, coming to you from the lovely city of Atlanta, Georgia. And man, I can't stop smiling here about the Knicks, man. I have excitement coming through because I'm not a New York hater, man. I'm from the A. I'm a homer, man. I love all of our Atlanta sports, man. But I love the city of New York, as I've told a lot of people, and I will probably say again and again on this show. It's one of my favorite cities in the world, and wish I was kind of up there for this, Eugene. Man, we could be up there just party. I don't need a ticket to anything. I could just be walking around outside of Madison Square Garden. It looks like, and just be part of the party. What was going on up there? And that's probably going to be going on the entire time. I would imagine the entire series, right? Because whether they're in the city or not, then whether they're in the city or not, I feel like there will be partying going on there. You know what I mean? Like whether they're playing in the city or not, there's going to be partying going on. Whether you're playing on the road, because we don't know at the time of recording. We don't know who's there will be playing here, whether it'll be OKC or San Antonio, but I don't think it's going to matter. I feel like every single game they're going to be ready to go up in New York City, man. I might try to get up there, get to one of those watch parties or something. Have you ever been to a watch party before?
No, never been to one. I always wanted to,
they
like,
look fun.
I always like to want to go, like, when we even want to go to like Jurassic Park when Toronto was going.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
I think it's. Go ahead.
No. What were you gonna say?
No, I'm just like I wonder how much, like, because we saw how many fans impacted the visiting. I wonder how much, if it's San Antonio or OKC, how many fans we're going to see represented from the Knicks side of it, because they infiltrated Philadelphia. I mean, it was pretty sad, and they didn't really do on the Cleveland side, but on the Philly side, because obviously a closer, a train ride, closer drive or whatever. So I'm just curious to see how many New York fans are going to get on if it's OKC or if it's San Antonio.
Well, one key factor to their success has been Jalen Brunson, and if you're Dallas, man, I think that the offer, man, they could have had him for $50 to $60 million. I think it was something like that, man. $50 to $60 million. He was ready to sign that deal. That would have been for like a few years too. I think he's ready to sign that. He was ready for some stability, and $50 to $60 million is about a lot of stability. So he was ready to go ahead and make that happen before the Knicks swooped in with the $100 million deal. But looking at the difference of fortunes for where the Mavs have gone through and what the Knicks have gone through, just Eastern Conference semis, Eastern Conference finals. That's not a bad run, right? And if you're Dallas, you had one run in there with Kyrie to the finals in that same time period.
With Luka too. Let's not forget about that.
Oh yeah, man. He's not coming through the building anytime soon there.
No, right. So you got that just blunder. But yeah, and I think I sent you that image, like, and then you have to explain to somebody this is not AI with Luka and Brunson on the same team together. So
you got to explain that to one. It's like that Thunder team, right? They had Harden, Westbrook, and Durant on the same team, and you're like, man, these guys were all on the same team at one point.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, do you think that there's a chance that if Brunson continues, because there's been a lot of best Knick of all time, man, a lot of best Knick of all time talk out there, and I don't know if it's just on the current high of the current generation, maybe, are we forgetting like the Bernard Kings of the world, but it's I don't know, man. He's making a case, right? With if he wins the championship,
I think he's.
What are we doing? Are you putting him over Patrick?
Well, Patrick never won. Patrick never won a championship. I mean, he got him there, right? He got him to the finals, but he never got him over the hump. I think, yeah, if you get the chip, I just really does that just puts you there. And let's just face it. I mean, look at where he's taken the team. I mean, and they were, and that, don't get me wrong, the team was phenomenal in the playoffs. They were just so. I mean, I don't know if you have a lot of Knicks fans in your lives, but I mean, just from the talk, there were just so many people that were upset because they just weren't consistent, right? They were so good, they'd be mediocre. They were never like bad, but like you just never thought this team would be a championship contender team, and it's like the Hawks. I think maybe we should they should thank us. Maybe we woke them up because it's after. Was it Game 5? I think they just kind of they went on a beat.
Yeah,
heater,
they've
right?
beating teams down, right?
Beating teams down, and I mean, kudos to Brunson, but kudos to Cat, for not playing his typical.
I like Cat, man. You know how I'm a Cat fan.
Oh,
man.
I am too. I love him too. But
I
sometimes
did not like the fact that Minnesota. That he was not on Minnesota anymore. I felt like that was a bad deal. Not necessarily a bad deal for Minnesota because they've had a competitive team, but
right.
it's there aren't a lot of players like Cat. Cat has the best 3-point shooting percentage of any center of all time. Did you know that?
I know that. That's
man.
I mean, not surprised. I mean, he's a great shooter. I mean, at least he's making better decisions in these playoffs. We just haven't seen him. Or he's making the stupid switches. He's not fouling, 90 feet from the basket. He's playing where you're like, oh, this is the guy you've been expecting to see on a consistent basis.
Yeah, that's the kind of guy you want back there who can hit that shot consistently. Because you look at stats like shooting percentage, and it's easy to find guys who might have a high shooting percentage, and then when you look through the fine print, because stats don't always tell the full picture, you see they've taken like 2 shots in their entire life. Whereas a guy like Cat who's consistently shot the 3, and you don't want him to kind of lean on it for sure. Being his size, you want him to kind of get down there and play that traditional center role too. But having that in your arsenal, having a guy who can consistently knock down that perimeter shot is great for your team. And let's think about this too with Jalen Brunson, because a lot of superstars, they're coming these days 6'6", 7, 8, 9. You're not seeing a lot of the smaller guys, undersized guards, do what Jalen Brunson's doing, carrying teams the way that he has been carrying the Knicks. And when you compare him to his taller Knick legendary counterparts like your Carmelo Anthony's, he's holding his own weight, man.
Yeah, been phenomenal. Just it's just he's your difference maker guy. He's always been that. Again, I don't blame Dallas, for but it's like you kind of saw it. Like I know how we don't blame the Hawks for necessarily not drafting Luka, but the pieces you saw the breadcrumbs that were there. You saw the breadcrumbs with Brunson that he can morph into that person and be this guy. And it's great to watch. And that's the great thing. He goes from Dallas to New York, which is a bigger limelight, and he's not shy about it, which I'm excited for him. I don't know how much of a chance we're going to give him against either team in the West, but it'll be
how they're playing, man.
Yeah.
How they're playing. So how the Knicks are playing, I think that the key to any team being great, and I think what translates across the board is defense, man. And they're just playing good defense. So I would be interested to see how that shows up against either one of those teams in the West. But whereas before the Knicks have gone on this run that they've gone on the last couple of rounds, I pretty much whatever team comes out of the East is going to lose to whatever team comes out the West. And it was just definitive in my head. That's just what's going to happen, right? Definitive. Now, whereas I still might favor the teams in the West, because for one with OKC, they've been there and done it. Well, just last year, I value that experience. The Knicks got a shot, man. But how they've been playing, if they keep playing like this, they just look like they're hard to beat. They'll be hard to beat by anybody. Like they're soundly defeating teams that are in the playoffs. Is that a testament to how bad the teams are in the East, or is it just a testament to how good the Knicks have been?
I think it's a testament to how good they've been. Because again, if you watch that Hawks series, you believe. I started believing, and then I don't know, something, they woke up. and like their defensive rotations got better. Overall their defenses got better. Their bench got better too. Like I mean, and there's been some games where they haven't had the opportunity to rely on the bench, but their starters have carried the team. And so and there's been a game where Brunson didn't carry, but the rest of the team did. So that's the cool thing about it. It's like they're having like in season moments during the playoffs. You're having the game where, oh, we don't necessarily have the game for Brunson, but we have the rest of the team playing. Oh, the bench isn't performing tonight, so we need Brunson and Cat to come through. And so they've kind of had all these things happen to them in the playoffs. So they're almost kind of like battle tested. Like, okay, and let's just face it, they're not going to be scared of either of the West teams. I mean, that's
no,
the thing.
not at all.
Not at all. It's not like they're coming and going, we limped in. It's like, no, we destroyed every team that we didn't look good against like two games versus the Hawks, right? But after that we put the hammer down on them. We put a hammer down on every team after that, and especially Cleveland. I mean, that's
the
Cleveland's
sweep, though, man. Right?
A sweep.
Goodness.
That's it, right? And there was games where that the Knicks didn't look good, but again they had this it's the other thing where they had their contribution from the bench or they had their starters work. I mean, it's testament to Mike Brown. I mean, who would have thought
Mike Brown once again, man. Once again, he's back. And they look good, man. Yeah. Right, both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and it's remind me when he was in when he had that really. It wasn't the second season where the Lakers I think it was like first season where he just had like that Jedi mind trick of like when to put guys in, when to pull guys out. He was like just feels like a step ahead, and I feel like he wasn't there in the regular season, but the playoffs, he's been like Jedi mind trick in every coach. It's like, okay, I'm gonna counter this. I'm gonna counter, and he's not waiting for the other coach to make the decision. He's like, I feel like he's almost playing chess. Like he's like, okay, I'm gonna do like 3 steps ahead. I'm gonna put this guy, and this. He's just been much better in his his game plan, and it's got to be him. It's got to be the coaches around him, and the players are all buying in, and they're buying in at the right time.
Yeah, I think that helps too. Because do you think that when you have a team because Jalen Brunson, I think we're gonna have to start it's hard for me to look at him the same way that I look at like an Ant Edwards, like I look at a Luka, and we'll talk about some of the first team players in a second. But it's hard for me to look at him in that tier of superstar. It's difficult, even with what he's doing now. It's just difficult to do so. Yeah. And I think that if he was that tier, maybe things are easier because when you look at the team, there's a bunch of guys know how to hoop, man. I mean, they all play at a high level. There's not really that. I think the closest thing would be Cat, right? Cat's an early lottery pick.
Yep.
Trying to think who else is on the team.
Yeah, OG who's been
considering that.
Yeah,
OG. Fabulous. OG's been amazing. Brunson was picked 33rd, right? He was right at the top of the second, of the second round. So maybe that helps, man. Maybe that you don't really have that Patrick Ewing, Carmelo Anthony type of guy. Maybe that's the top superstar player and taking up a lot of oxygen in the room. It'll be interesting to see how far this really goes. Like, do we go, or like if they go championship status, I really do think there will be conversations. It's just hard for me being such a huge Melo fan and such a huge student of the game with the Patrick Ewing and the old Knicks, all the great Knicks. New York's great franchise. They had a lot of great players that played for the franchise. And I don't want to have recency bias here.
Right.
It just seems like if they win the chip, it's going to have to be a conversation.
Yeah, and plus you got to remember too, it's not like the Knicks were going against like they had to go up against the Bulls. It's like they had to go against a generational team. So you got to have to factor that in. Correct. But again, the Knicks did have that opportunity to.
There's no Bulls or or Celtics in this current iteration of the East that we're talking here, basically.
Right. And right, but you could, I mean, if you want to fault them for like the 2 years that Jordan was gone, getting out of that championship window, that's fine. Then you go, well, there you had your opportunity to at least win one. You went there, you got, again, you still battle one of the best centers of all time with Akeem. So, but yeah, you've got to, if he wins, you got to put him in that conversation, especially if he goes, if they beat either one of these teams who on paper or just what we've been watching this series. I mean, it's going 7 games. I mean, if he comes in and beats those teams, they go 7, they beat OKC or San Antonio. I mean, that's impressive. I'd be impressed, and you almost got to compel him, push him to the top.